the Occupy protesters complaining, obviously, about income inequality and some of the injustices in this country regarding that. Well, we have some excellent examples to show that they are right. David K. Johnston has written another brilliant article about who has gained from the recovery, because we are all assured, don't worry, the recovery is going great, and so you're all doing better. Except it turns out not really. First, let me show you a chart. The beginning part of this is actually really interesting, and you might be surprised by it. It shows the recovery in the 1930s after the Great Depression. And the bottom 90% actually improved 8.8% in that time, 1933 to 1934. The top 1% of 1% actually went down. Their income went down. In this day and age, that sounds like literally unbelievable. How could the top 1% of 1% of the richest people, how could their income go down in a recovery? It's inconceivable. You have to give all of them the money and then hope that it trickles down to us. No, apparently you don't. Apparently we did it another way and it worked out much, much better. So now the second half of that, the bottom half, is our current recovery, 2009 to 2010. The bottom 90%, oh, we look at that, their income went down. Top 1% of 1%, their income went up over 21%. So we gave all the money to the richest people in the country, and did it trickle down? No, we actually lost money. 90% of us lost money in the recovery. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, by the way, also from 2009 to 2011, unrelated to David K. Johnston's piece, another report shows that corporate profits did swell. They went up 88%. You know what happened to wages at the same time? Went up 1%. 88 to 1. Gee, where's the money going? I can't quite tell. Hey, can you guys piece it together? Could it be going to corporations in the top 1% of 1%? Now, why? Why is it going to that? Because there's this belief that, well, executives can do no wrong. Obviously, they deserve all of the money. In an Atlantic piece that I quoted last week, Tim Geithner and Larry Summers and Peter Orszag during the Obama administration, when they were considering, hey, should we put strings attached to these money we're giving to the bankers, said, well, no, of course we can't touch the bonuses of the bankers. They have contracts. They have contracts. You can't break the contracts. Well, that's interesting, because let's go to the example of Gannett. Now, they're the largest newspaper conglomerate in the country, including the USA Today that they run. Well, since 2005, they've not been doing too well, right? In fact, their revenue went down $1.7 billion at that time, and their stock price went down 86%. So when you're talking about how's the market judging Gannett, terribly, okay? So that's the barometer that they often use for Republicans. How's the stock price doing? Well, it's doing terribly. And then as you saw there, they laid off 20,000 workers. Now, as they were laying off those workers, they said, hey, you know what? We decided that in the beginning they were paying severance to those guys and their pensions like they were supposed to. And then by the end they said, oh, we're out of money. We're out of money. Sorry, we cannot offer you those packages anymore with the severance, okay? All right, so what can they do? They're out of money, right? Well, as it turns out, their CEO, Craig Dubois, is now stepping down for health concerns. So, well, they're out of severance, right? I mean, when you laid off the 20,000 people, they didn't get severance. So you're out of money now. So obviously he didn't get a severance, right? You see where this is going, right? His severance package, $32 million. And I just showed you, stock price went down 86%. That was under his tenure. He started around 2005. They lost $1.7 billion. They give him $32 million severance package anyway. Look at the breakdown of the severance package. It's fantastic. $12.8 million in retirement benefits, $6.2 million in disability benefits. I mean, look, the guy's got health concerns, but $6.2 million in disability benefits, $5.9 million in severance payment, and then $7 million in stock awards. Let's think about that last one for a second. Under his tenure, stock price went down 86%. Hence, he is awarded $7 million. What the hell happened to free market? What happened to, oh, no, they are judged by their performance. No, the executives in these public corporations have captured the system. There's a loophole in capitalism. They're no longer accountable to their shareholders. They stack the board with their buddies, and their buddies somehow agree, hey, you know what? We should all get paid. Who cares what happens to the shareholders? Taxpayers. Of course, nobody gives a damn about the taxpayers. And the employees, employees fire them, take away their severance so we can collect all of that severance and give it to the top executive. This is not the way capitalism is supposed to work. This is not how democracy is supposed to work. This isn't how any efficient form of government or economics is supposed to work. This is a few people in power capturing our system and using it exclusively for their own benefit. That's why we have an Occupy movement, and that's why the people in power hate that movement, because they're going to make you aware of things like this. Under no circumstances should this character have gotten $32 million. Now, a former reporter for Gannett, Peter Lewis, had some choice words that I liked. He said, they laid off journalists, they cut the pay of those who remained while demanding that they work longer hours. They closed news bureaus, they slashed newsroom budgets. As revenue fell and stock prices tanked and product quality deteriorated, they rewarded themselves huge pay raises and bonuses. Now, of course, I just showed you the facts. He's 1,000,000% right about that. Think about that, though, man. It's all one big joke. It's one big lie. They wait, there was nothing we could do. The stock price is falling, nothing we could do. But when the guy who caused the stock price to collapse, caused the paper to collapse, and the whole company to collapse, not collapse entirely, it's not bankrupt yet, but obviously they've lost a tremendous amount of money. The guy most responsible gets the highest reward. Our system is fundamentally broken.